everybody. It's Sheila with Leapfrog VA Network, and I'm so glad that you have joined us today for the event to find out how to hire a virtual assistant without breaking your bank. And I'm excited to have you, so go ahead and let me know that you're here. Go ahead and just let me know where you're calling from in the chat, and we will go ahead and get started. So I know a lot of coaches, when they do these kind of Hangouts, they have like this whole big strategy of how they do Hangouts, and they have a whole big strategy of like, you're going to do this for this minute and that for that minute, but I don't really follow that pattern, and so I like to just go ahead and dive in. So let me know in the chat if you can hear me, and as well if you where you are visiting us from today. So I'll just go ahead and quickly go over what we're going to be covering in the Hangout today. So today we're going to be covering quite a few things besides just hiring a VA without breaking the bank. I'm going to go over some of the frequently asked questions that I get on a daily basis from clients who come to me. I'm going to go over how much a VA costs. We're going to go over how to share passwords. I'm going to go over how to communicate with a VA. We're going to talk about how you need to get ready to work with a VA, and this is one of the biggest things that you can do to save money when you're hiring a VA, is for you to be prepared before you hire one. We're going to talk about how you get work to your VA, how you train your VA if there's something that you need to teach them to do for you with your system. And we're also going to be talking about how to hire a VA without breaking the bank and where you can find a VA. And then I'm going to go ahead and answer your virtual assistant questions. So I'm looking forward to getting to know you, and so I am hoping that you'll go ahead and just let me know where you're calling from, and feel free to ask questions anytime throughout the entire event. Oh yes, you may need to refresh. Let's see, I'm going to post that really quick. Okay, so ask questions anytime. There's quite a delay in the chat, so feel free to ask questions throughout, and I'll try and catch all of them. When we get to the end, if I haven't answered your question, then you know, be sure to ask it again. Okay, so let's go ahead and just jump right in and start talking about the most frequently asked questions, which number one is, a lot of people will ask me, how much does a VA cost? Well, for those of you who know, I actually have a network where I work with virtual assistants, and I help them get matched up with clients. And the VAs that I have, I don't actually keep track of what they charge. That's something that each individual virtual assistant decides on themselves. So for example, if you were to go to an online business coach, the one business coach may not charge the same as the other business coach. It also depends on what kind of skills or services you're looking for from that VA or from that coach. From a health coach, from a physical trainer, anybody that you go to, they're not all going to have the same rates, and they're going to have different ways that they charge as well. It could be hourly, it could be by the package, it could be by the service, and so those are things that you need to ask the VAs when you contact them, is what they charge. Now I will tell you that the range is going to be probably anywhere between even as low as 10 to 15 if you're looking in the Philippines or outside of the country, outside of the US. You might be able to get someone that low, and you're going to be looking upwards of, I know some VAs that actually charge more than $70 an hour. And so these VAs who charge more than $70 an hour are definitely worth it. They have extensive skills and will definitely, once you hire them to do whatever they're going to do for you, for example, if you're hiring a launching specialist to do a launch for you, you're going to make that money back quite quickly, probably in just one sale. So as far as how much a VA costs, that really just depends on the VA. They're independent contractors. They run their own business. They're not employees. Their rates are generally not negotiable. So once you contact them and you start talking rates with them, whatever price they give you is the price that they're going to be charging you. So hopefully that answers your rate questions and what the cost is going to be. And again, be sure and let me know where you are joining us from, and ask for questions anytime during the Hangout, and I will try and be sure and answer those questions as we go along. And hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Sylvie says she can hear, but she needed to refresh. And that happens sometimes. If you jump in a little bit sooner than when I push record, you might have to refresh. So The next question I get asked a lot, and I actually get asked this quite often, is how do I get my passwords to my virtual assistant? Well, I like to use this really cool program called LastPass. And let me just show you really quickly. I'll show you what my LastPass kind of looks like from the back end, so you can kind of see what it looks like once you have everything here. So let me share my screen with you really quick. And you'll get this really fun effect here real quick. Okay, so this is the back end of my LastPass. And if you can see, it actually, I have all of my passwords saved, all of my clients' passwords saved, but you can't see any of that information here. So if I wanted to share a password with someone, what I do is I just click this little button here with the two little people, and I put in their LastPass email that they use. So you can't just use just any email. It needs to be their particular LastPass email. And I can share that with them. And then what happens is if I go to the back end of either my particular website or their website, what happens is it automatically fills in, and I'll need to log out to show this to you, it automatically will fill in for them the information, and they actually won't see it. So when I go in here, this is what will happen. It'll pop up and it'll say the username and the password, and you won't actually be able to see their password. And then when you're done, you're actually able to unshare that password. So there's no need to worry about whether you have, you know, like a lot of us use the same password for some websites. You don't have to go back and rechange all those passwords. Or, for example, if someone who used to work for you, you're afraid they might do harm to your website or something, you can just unshare that password and they don't have access anymore, and you don't have to worry about them knowing your password. So hopefully that will be helpful with sharing. And I know there's also another site called LogMeIn that works in a similar way, I think. So, okay, I was just checking for questions here. I don't see any coming up yet. So the next question is, what do I need to do to be ready to hire a VA? Now, this is the first step to making sure that you don't waste a lot of money when you're hiring a virtual assistant. So if you have everything ready when you hire your virtual assistant, then you will save money, and the VA that you're working with will be able to get the job done quickly. So let's just go over a couple things. And I apologize for not having slides for you. My computer broke, and it's still in the shop, and I couldn't create the slides because all of my images, I'm one of those people, I don't like to have everything in Dropbox. I actually keep it on my computer, and so I wasn't able to make slides. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in here, and I'm going to share with you just my Basecamp, which is what I use for my particular project management software. And so I'll just share this, and again, you're going to get that weird little thing there. Sorry about that. So I'm going to go log in, and you'll see I have several people who have shared their Basecamp with me, and this is going to be my Basecamp. And Basecamp is basically a project management tool. There's also Teamwork PM. There's also Asana. There's let's see, there's a lot of different project management systems. So just find one that works for you. This is the one that I like the most because I really like how simple it is. I like that it has a calendar, and I can show everything that I have going on my calendar, and then I have my list of projects. And then what I do is I go in here and I can create my to-do list. Now this is the list for my virtual assistant, and I actually have two that are working for me, and so I can go in and I can assign a particular person to this task, and I can also give them a deadline for that task. So now Tanner needs to have this done by Friday, September 19th, and he will receive an email that says that this task needs to be done. So then I have my to-do list, my A, B, and C, my trip to Boston, and things like that. And I know Teamwork PM is a lot more complicated, where you can actually have recurring events, and you can have subtasks and subtasks from that and things like that. But I like this really simple use of Basecamp. So basically what you need to do to be prepared to work with a virtual assistant is you need to, number one, over the next 2 weeks, write down everything that you do on a daily basis. And I know this is going to take a lot of your time, but it's going to pay off in the end, because after those 2 weeks are over and you wrote down everything that you did, then you're going to go through and you're going to cross off all the things that only you can do for your business. For example, if you need to negotiate with your clients, or you have one-on-one time with your clients or whatever, then you're going to cross those things off. The next thing you're going to do is going to go through and you're going to circle the things that take a lot of time that aren't making you any money. And those are the tasks that you're going to be able to outsource to a virtual assistant. So by circling those, then you can go through and you can make a list of the skills that you're looking for in a virtual assistant. So once you have done that, you're ready to start working with a virtual assistant. And there's actually one more step that I'll go over a little bit later. But so once you have that list of things that you need done, also, you know, it doesn't hurt to write down how much time it takes you to do one of those things, because then you can see by hiring a virtual assistant how much time you're going to free up for yourself, and you can decide on your budget. Say, you know, you're going to save 10 hours a week. What could you do in that 10 hours a week? If you can make $200, $300, $400 in that 2 hours a week, then that's money that you could spend on a VA, and then you could probably double your income, because then your VA is going to be doing work at the same time you're doing work, and so you're doubling your workload. And so that's awesome, right? So be sure, again, ask any questions that you have. It looks like we have a few people who have come on a little bit late. So if you have questions, be sure and ask those questions. The next thing we're going to go over is how do I get work to my VA? Okay, so there's a lot of different ways that you can get work to your VA, right? So you can do this through email. You can do this through a project management system like I just showed you on Basecamp, where you assign it and they get an email. And there's also a place in there where you can fill out documents, and you can add, I could upload images, I could send files, whatever I wanted to send. You can send that through your project management system. So through email, through your project management system, you can send work by text. I actually had realtors who would send me a text that said that they needed certain things done at a certain time, and that was pretty efficient for us at that time. You could send information through Google Drive by sharing documents and sharing files that way too. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get work to your virtual assistant. So a lot of people then would ask, well, what if there's something I need my virtual assistant to do that maybe they don't know how to do yet, or I'm unsure that they know how to do it, or they told me that they don't know how to do it? What you're going to do is you're going to do a screencast. You're going to use what is called, it's called Screencast-O-Matic, and I'll put that in the chat for you here. Actually, let me just grab the link for you, and I'll share the link with you. Screencast-O-Matic has a free screencast version where you can actually just get that for free, and what it does is it actually records what you're doing on your screen. And so then you've seen those where people will show you, you know, you click here, you go here, you do this, you do that, and so now you've shared your password through LastPass, and you create a short video for them showing them what to do, and then they know the steps that they need to take, and they can refer back to that at other times. You know, they don't have to just keep asking and asking over and over and over. So, but I think I got Screencast-O-Matic for $15 for 3 years for free. I mean, for $15 for the 3 years. So you can use the free version, or you can pay, you know, $5 a year for the use of it to not have the little screencast logo on there. So that's just up to you, and it has a lot of other options as well, where you can have the talking head within and other things like that. So that's just a tool that, you know, I'm not an affiliate or anything, I just happen to really like their products. So that's how you would train your VA. Another way you're going to train your VA is on a daily basis, you should be doing this anyway, is that you should have your processes in place. So for example, if a new client contacts you, what are the steps that you take to have that new client go into your system or your funnel. So do you send them a personal email? Do you send them a postcard? Do you add them to a certain type of list? Do you add them to your spreadsheet? Do you add them to your lead management system? Whatever you do with that particular client, whether you send them a contract, you know, whatever it is, you should have your processes written out. So over the next 2 weeks, while you're writing down all the things that you do, writing down the processes and creating a processes book for yourself is going to be really important. So one thing that I've done for the VAs is I've given them that outline where all they have to do is they can see each of the different processes that they need to create for themselves. So when they get a new client, you know, they have the phone consultation, they write up the contract, they get the signed contract back. The next step is that they send payment to or an invoice to the client. Then they do work for the client, and then they have a process for if the client leaves or all the different steps. So you should also have that for your business, because heaven forbid something happens to you and you need to have someone help you or take over for you one day. If you have your processes worked out and it's in a Google Doc, you can just say, if you need to know what's going on, it's in my Google Drive, or it's in my Teamwork PM, or it's in my Basecamp. Then you can have someone help you, or you could take a vacation, whatever it is you want to do. So be sure that you have all of your ducks in a row when hiring a virtual assistant as well. Okay, so so now let's go right on to the biggest question that a lot of people have, is how do I hire a virtual assistant without breaking the bank? How do I hire a VA? And you know, I know that there's a lot of clients who come to me and say, I don't want to get a $1,000 bill at the end of the month. So I don't know any VAs who will just do that, who will just randomly keep your hours, never let you know what's going on, and just send you some big bill that they can't explain at the end of the month. So the first thing you're going to do to make sure that you don't break your bank when hiring a virtual assistant is you are going to plan your budget. So remember how we did that list? We did that list where you list out all the things that you do every day that don't make you any money, and all the skills and things that you would like to have a VA help you with. All of that time that you saved, that you're going to now be able to go out and start working with clients and making money, put that into a budget and do that for a month or so, and get that a little bit saved up, and then just plan every month, put that in your budget. I'm going to pay $500 a month, $1,000 a month. Hey, if you're really super busy and you could make the cost back $2,000 a month, hire a full-time VA for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month, whatever it is that you can afford, because you could hire several VAs to help you with different things. So then a lot is getting done in one day. So I know clients who actually will hire a VA to help them with launches. A different VA would help them with just their social media. They have a different VA who helps them with general administrative tasks. And I know clients who hire teams who have everybody from their web design to their graphic design, and all they do is they talk to the team manager. So they have one contact person that they talk to on a daily basis, and then that person manages their VA team. So then they actually have, you know, how many ever people, 5, 10 people working for them, but they have gone to that person and said, this is my budget, this is what I'm going to be doing on a monthly basis. I'm going to pay, you know, whatever it is that you're going to pay, and either you pay, you know, and typically VAs like to be paid up front just like everybody else. If you go to buy groceries, you pay up front before you take them home. If you go to a online business coach, you're going to pay up front for that coaching. Virtual assistants are the same. They're not employees. You don't pay them after they've worked the hours. You actually pay them before, and so you actually have that worked out. So for example, let's say one of my clients came to me and said, I would like to have these 5 things done, and I worked out a contract with them where they were paying me $500 a month, or excuse me, $1,000 a month. Then I would write a contract up with all of the details of what I'm doing for them and the specifics, and I would send them an invoice on the 1st and the 15th, and they would prepay for those hours. So I'd send them a bill for $500 and then another $500, and then they get what they need. So it just depends on which VA is what you're going to be paying, of course. Like I said, they choose their own payments, but you can decide your budget. So when talking to a virtual assistant, the first question doesn't always need to be, what is your hourly rate? because you can go to them and say, I have this budget, I have these needs, what can we do to work together to make that happen? And so then you've already knocked that right off. You already have it planned in your budget and you're already prepared. And also the next thing you can do to make sure that your VA doesn't cost you an arm and a leg is that you're not going to have a lot of emergency tasks that are going to come up. So if you call a VA and you give them less than 24 hours notice to get something done, it's very possible you're going to be charged an extra rate for that. I know I have an emergency rate, and I know a lot of VAs have an emergency rate. And so, you know, I actually charge double. So if you give me less than 24 hours, you're going to pay double for the amount of time. So that's something to consider. So by having that list of tasks, by keeping everything in your project management system with the deadlines and dates, then you should never run into that problem where there's something that's last minute. So, but just keep that in mind, that that may be something extra, that if it's a last minute task, you may get charged extra for that. Another great way to work with a virtual assistant is to use them as an intern. Now, I have some interns that work for me, and I know a lot of business owners who do this as well. And what you do is you find a VA who has the skills that you're looking for, but also is maybe looking for some of the skills that you have that could help them benefit their business. So, for example, as a VA coach, I have a lot of things that I need to have done, and I have VAs who I can help teach how to use certain platforms or programs that they maybe don't have access to. So I do a trade with them as an intern. I coach them and teach them, and then they do work for me. So I have had people come to me and say, hey, could I hire a VA as an intern, and how does that work? And when I explain to them, you need to have a value for value, something that you can offer them back. I'm really surprised at how many people want to hire a virtual assistant for free. Well, we won't expect you to work for free. We won't call you up for your services and ask you to work for free. So we don't expect to work for free as well. So we all have families to feed, right? So you're coming to us with a budget and saying, okay, so I need help with my social media, I need help maintaining my website, and I need help responding to emails and working on my calendar. And I know how to use Infusionsoft. And that's a skill that I noticed you don't offer. How about if I teach you to use Infusionsoft 2 hours a week, and I allow you access, and you do some work for me for 2 hours a week? Then that is the perfect internship. Not only is that the perfect internship, but it should turn into a business relationship even more, because now this person knows your Infusionsoft, and you know that they're great at what they do, and maybe, you know, in a month you hire them. So working with an intern for a month is usually what I recommend. So you're going to teach them something of value, they're going to teach you something of value, or provide service for you of value. And so it's value for value, and that's basically what an internship is. It's not somebody working for free. So someone is going to give you a testimonial, someone is going to teach you a skill, someone is going to provide a service, whatever that is that you work out. I recommend to the VAs that they let you know what they need, and you let them know what they need. Now, I am going to be coming up with my signature program, which will be called the VA Intern, and I will be teaching VAs how to work as interns, and I will be teaching clients how to work as interns, or using interns, excuse me, and I'll have all the contracts and all the legal stuff and everything all planned out for you. And so that's going to be coming within the next 2 months. And so if you would like to participate in that or find out more about that, then I'm going to have a sign up here for you in just a little bit. So the next question then is, now that you know what you need to do to hire a virtual assistant and not break your bank, and so you're prepared, is you are going to wonder, where do I find a virtual assistant? Well, I have the perfect place for you. The perfect place for you to find a virtual assistant is on Leapfrog VA Network. And let me just share this with you really quick. So here is the network. When you first, actually let me go back a step. When you first get to the network, you're actually going to just come to the sales page, the landing page, and you are going to click, well, first you can kind of look through it and see all the services that are provided. and take a look at some of the VAs, some of my testimonials, the training vault, and that kind of information. And then you're going to click where it says Clients, click here. And when you get to this page, then you'll be able to see a little video of how the network works, the different pages on the site, and things like that if you want to watch that video. And again, you can check out all the VAs. I have some amazing VAs who have a ton of skills. And these gals and young men that I'm going to be having soon are amazing, and you are going to find them right here under the network. So once you click on the network, you can go ahead and take a look at all of the VAs. You can read a little blurb about them, and if you want to find out more, you just click their Find Out More button. Once you get to their particular page, you can contact them directly. These VAs do not work for me. They are independent contractors, and basically I've given them another place to land, to be found. You can check out their consultations, you can go to their website, you can check out their social media. There's also some information about them here. Some of them have a little video. Tiffany and I are doing ours next week. So there'll be a video of me interviewing them, so you can see that the person you're actually going to be contacting really is that person. So unlike other sites, you actually know that the person you're contacting is that person. It's not just some picture that's random up there. And you can see how passionate and amazing they are in those videos. And then you can come down here and check out their skills and see the different skills that they have and some more testimonials for you there. And then head on over to their website and just go ahead and contact them directly, and that is free to you. You're welcome to do that anytime. I would appreciate it if you told them that you found them on my network so that they know where that they're getting their referrals from. The next option is for you to complete what's called an RFP, which is a request for proposal. And basically what you're doing is filling out a job listing. Even though they are not employees, that's just the best word to describe it so you understand it. It's basically a job listing. And once you fill out this request for proposal, this gets listed on the VA site. And so you fill out this little form, it gets listed on the VA site, and then they can reply to you. And again, that is free. So then the VAs who have the skills that you're looking for will be able to contact you and reply and say, hey, I have these skills, and you can discuss with them the rates and things like that. And then the other option for you is to contact me and have a personal connection made between you and a VA. So basically what I do is I have clients that call me all the time and say, can you help me find the perfect VA? And that started taking up a lot of my time, and so I had to start charging for that. And so what you do is you contact me, and I give you a 30-minute discovery session where I find out what needs you're looking for. Then we talk about your RFP that you're going to fill out. And then I help you by providing you with the information that you need to go work with the VAs. And I tell you about the 3 VAs that I think would be perfect fit for you. Since I know all of the VAs on my network and I do meet with them, we have coaching sessions, and I check their references, then you know that these VAs are going to be perfect. Just about any one of those that you hire would be perfect for your business. So basically, once you get to the network, you're looking for a personality fit and a skill fit. So then I choose the top 3 VAs and I tell you about them, and then I send them an email and let them know that they have an RFP to reply to, and they reply directly to you. So you only get 3 replies rather than 15 that you may get if it's posted on the RFP board. And then you can have another 30-minute discovery session. Or I've actually had people come back to me and say, hey, the VA you got for me was perfect. Now I need to add another VA to my team. Can you help me find another VA? And I will do that for free. So if you come back and you need another VA, I'm happy to do that for free. So normally this is $147. I charge $147 for that time. It breaks down to about an hour and a half to 2 hours of my time that I spend working specifically with you and the VAs. But today I have a special offer for you, for everyone who is attending this call, that you can find the perfect VA right now for only $47. So if you're interested, you should see a pop-up. Let me know if you don't see the pop-up. But let me help you find the perfect VA for you for $47. So that's $100 off. This is the month of $100 off. And everything that I've had on sale last month and this month actually is just take off $100, and that's what we're offering. It's getting to be the end of the year, and everybody is going to be busier and busier, and so I'd love to be able to help you get connected with your personal VA that works perfectly for you and your business, who has the skills that you need, the personality that you're looking for, maybe they're in the right time zone, or whatever it is that you're looking for specifically in a VA. So I hope that you found this helpful, and I hope that you sign up and you take advantage of this special offer. The offer will be ending tomorrow night at midnight, so take advantage now and sign up, and my time slots are filling up really quickly, so the sooner you sign up, the sooner I can help you find the perfect VA for your business. Now let me go take a look and see if we had any questions. It looks like Donna had to leave us, and I don't see any other questions. So I didn't want to go too much longer than a half an hour, so it looks like we're right on just a little bit over a half an hour. So hopefully you found this helpful. If you have more questions, I'd love for you to hop on over to my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Leapfrog VA Network, and ask your question there on my page or send me an email. As you saw on the website when you were there, there's a little pop-up where you can schedule a time to chat with me, or you can leave me a message. So hopefully you found this helpful, and now you know how to hire a virtual assistant without breaking the bank, because you are going to decide on your budget. You are going to be prepared, and you're going to look for some interns as well, and you're going to come to Leapfrog VA Network, and you're going to find your perfect VA there, because I'm telling you, these gals that I have on my network are amazing. A lot of them I have done work with. Most of them I have known for several years, and they are amazing. So you can't go wrong with any of the VAs on the network, I guarantee you. And if you do have a problem, just let me know. I've only heard one time in the last 2 years, and that was something that we resolved very quickly, and it was all worked out. And so I would love to hear from you, and I'd love for you to take advantage of this opportunity. So I will go ahead and leave that up for a little while, so you can take advantage of this $100 off. And again, that does end tomorrow night at midnight. So I look forward to hearing from you and helping you find the perfect VA for your business. Take care, and everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.